Good evening, welcome along to the transfer show. Perfect timing as well, because one of the biggest transfers of this summer has just been made official. Liverpool
100%. You know, I want to see him back in a Newcastle shirt. I haven't seen him this week, I don't think. I saw him last week. Yeah, when I see him, we speak as normal. There's no issues there between us. Of course, it's a difficult situation from both sides. Yeah, I think there's no doubt how the players will feel. I think they'll feel the same way I do. Alex is an outstanding player. And I have to say, he's a very, very good person, good character. He's a good lad. Wants to succeed in his career. This has been a really difficult situation for him, for the players that we have.
Stop what you're doing right now, because this is the kind of football story that could change everything for Newcastle United. Alexander Isak, the club's prized jewel, the man who is supposed to lead them into a new era, has just made his stance crystal clear in a private meeting with the Newcastle hierarchy. And trust me, what happened behind closed doors has the entire Premier League talking. But before we dive deep into this transfer storm, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell because you do not want to miss what's coming next. Here's the situation. Newcastle top brass, including club chairman Yasir Al-Rumayyan, went directly to Alexander Isak's residence on Monday. Why? To convince him to stay, to reassure him that this project at St. James Park is still worth fighting for. But guess what? Isak stood firm. His stance hasn't wavered. He wants out. And with Liverpool circling like sharks in the transfer waters, Newcastle is running out of time and options. Now let me ask you, what would you do if you were in Isak's shoes? Stay loyal to a club that's fighting to rise, or chase the glory of a move to one of the most dominant forces in world football? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now, because this saga is about to get even more dramatic. Al-Rumayyan, though, didn't just show up for Isak. He walked onto the pitch at full-time last night with a whole PIF delegation. A calculated show of solidarity for Eddie Howe and the squad. Think about that. The boss himself of Saudi Arabia's football project, walking among the players after the game. That's not just presence, that's power, that's a message. But what was it really saying? Was it a show of strength? Or was it a silent warning that no player, not even Alexander Isak, is bigger than the project? Still with me? Don't forget to like this video. It really helps the channel grow and keeps you updated with breaking football news every single day. But here's the kicker. Despite Liverpool's interest, Newcastle hasn't received a serious follow-up bid. Not yet. No official proposal has landed on the table, which leaves the club in a dangerous position. Do they force Isak to stay, potentially against his will? Or do they cash in and risk losing their most lethal striker at a critical time in the season? Eddie Howe's words after the match added fuel to the fire. He said, and I quote, "I only want to focus on players committed to remaining on Tyneside." That's a subtle jab, but a jab nonetheless, at a striker who just hours earlier was in talks with the chairman and Jamie Rubin. Howe might not admit it, but even he knows the writing is on the wall. And let's not forget, Newcastle are already stretched thin. Anthony Gordon is out with a suspension. 3 other stars are battling injuries. Howe could be missing 4 players for their trip to Leeds United. That's a nightmare scenario, right? But here's where it gets even more interesting. Jacob Ramsey and Malik Theo could make their full debuts. The next generation might just be forced into action sooner than expected. Could this crisis become an opportunity in disguise? Guys, let me ask you this. Should Newcastle play hardball with Isak and force him to stay until Liverpool puts serious money on the table? Or should they cut their losses now, take the cash, and reinvest? Drop your answers below, because I'll be going through the comments and featuring some of your takes in the next video. And hey, if you're loving this deep dive, please like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow fans. It really keeps this community alive. So here's where we stand. Alexander Isak has spoken. He wants to leave. Newcastle's Chiefs are putting on a show of unity, but the cracks are clear. Liverpool waits in the shadows, biding their time. The question is, will Newcastle bend, or will they break? Stay tuned, because this story is only just beginning, and the next twist could shake the Premier League to its core. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the updates, because when the next chapter drops, you'll want to be the first to know. Until then, this is your latest transfer. Drama.